Well, the founder of charity Youth Enlightenment Limited, Nathan John, joins us now from central London. Good morning to you. We heard there from a convicted looter in the piece who was actually saying that since being convicted, his life has improved. Do you think his story is reminiscent of many of those who might have been convicted through the riots?
I believe that Lucian resident's story is in line with many rioters. I myself was really surprised and have to congratulate the police for the number of suspects that they've arrested, and around 2,000 were actually sentenced. And that sent out a message to a lot of young people that if you get involved in something like this, even if it is just a moment of madness, you're going to have consequences that are going to affect your life.
And do you think that message has been heeded? Do you think we are further on a year after the riots?
Sitting here today, it's unbelievable to think that a year ago we saw chaos and mayhem across London, because now, as a country, we've gone from austerity to celebration with the Queen Jubilee and Diamond Jubilee, and also the arrival of the Olympics. And the atmosphere is such positivity and I said celebration and pride in the country. But there are still issues that exist that, unless addressed, one day could result into another riot, unfortunately.
And specifically, what are those issues in your estimation?
There's a number of issues. As much as the riots are going to have a long-term effect on the lives that were damaged and those who have been even arrested and sentenced, some of these causes are quite long-term, such as youth unemployment, lack of aspirations and hope, and having that pride in community, feeling like they're valued and have a stake, and also I think tension that has been built up towards the police over the years within certain communities due to a number of reasons, which you can also contribute to disparities within stop and search.
But issues like youth unemployment, unfortunately, sometimes don't go away. What is it that you're able to do with young people to show them that even if they don't have a job, they shouldn't break into a store and steal a plasma TV?
One of the things the report into the riots found was that there was a breakdown in morals and values, and unfortunately this is due to sometimes the family environment. Almost half of those involved in the riots came from the 10% poorest areas in London, 10% poorest families. And so what I do in Youth Enlightenment is trying to provide young people with positive role models, with mentors, provide them with personal development training, and really just trying to raise their aspirations to make them realise that regardless of where you are today, regardless of your situation, your environment, there's no excuse to turn to crime or do anything bad. You need to be focusing on the future and know that you've got opportunities. And I've come from a background where I could easily have been involved in the riots, but fortunately there are people that showed me the right way, and that's what we're now trying to do, because it can happen. And if you listen to many of the stories of the Olympians, they've overcome adversity and challenged themselves and overcome hurdles to get to where they are. And that same message is what I say to young people across the country.
On that positive note, Nathan John, founder of the charity Youth Enlightenment Limited, thank you very much for your time this morning.